Hi everyone, this is an instructional video on how to create a Canvas self-grading quiz. So when you come to your Canvas homepage, click on Quizzes in the left-hand tab. You can see a list of my quizzes here. You hit the red plus button for quiz. Here's where you put your title. I'm going to name it my practice quiz. Here you can put a description of your quiz or any instructions you would like them to know. When you scroll down, you can hit Sync to SIS if you would like it to post to PowerSchool when that's working again. You can shuffle your answers. You can set a time limit. You can allow them multiple attempts, keep the highest score, or limit how many times they're allowed to take it. I typically let my students see when they get a question incorrect, but I don't let them see the correct answers, so I only get to see what they got wrong. I also typically only show one question at a time, so this way they're not overwhelmed with the amount of questions. You can choose to lock them after they answer the question or allow them to go back and revise their answer if they choose. For requiring an access code, that's basically if you want to create like a different version of the test and you give them an access code so that this way they can access that specific version. Assign it to everyone or choose a group if you have groups created. You're going to want to choose a due date, so we're going to say next Friday. And we're going to change the time to the end of the school day. If you wanted to change it so that it ended at midnight, that would typically mean that it was a take-home test. And then I always set a lock date so that this way my students can't open it before that time. So I would set it to 7:45 a.m. for the day that I want them to take the test. And I would set it to close at the end of the school day, so that this way they cannot take the test or look at it ahead of time. And then hit save and publish. I'm not going to because I don't want any of my students to see this. So over here you've got two tabs. Up at the top you're going to hit questions, new question, and then question 1, or you can just change it to 1. Here are your options. You can do multiple choice, true and false, fill in the blank, fill in multiple blanks, and with fill in the blank you can put in the correct answer or answer choices so that this way it'll still grade it for you. Multiple answers, multiple drop downs, matching, and then there are some math questions as well, an essay, and then you can have a file upload or just text without a question, meaning like you could do a writing prompt and then have them write it down someplace else. And then here is where you would put the question, so I'm going to keep it with multiple choice, and we're going to say, what is your favorite class? And then down here, your answer choices, of course, social studies, math, science, and then I'm going to delete this because I only want 3. You can hit add another if you want to. Down here you can leave notes to yourself, and then you can change which is the correct answer. So I have my answer choices shuffled every time they take it, so it doesn't matter where I put the correct answer. So social studies, of course, is going to be their favorite class. And then over here is how you insert media. So when you click this button, you want to do, no, it's not going to let, over here, we're going to do this one. This one is if you want to upload a recording that you've already created. This is the one I'm looking for. So here you can do a video of yourself. Of course, I don't want them to see my face, so I'm going to hit the little record button right here. It's not going to let me do it because I'm already recording. But so you would hit the little microphone right here where my spinny beach ball's going, and you would record. There we go. So you would record it from here, and here's the only issue with the recordings. They typically take a while. They're very, very slow to load, as you can see. I'm having some issues right now. And you would record yourself, and you would hit save. And then here is the fancy little trick. you always want to hit update question. You have to hit save the test like 3 different times. So if you do the media recording, you hit save on that, and then you would hit update question here, and then you're going to save the entire test. So there's 3 levels of saving. And you always want to make sure that you hit update question, because if you don't, it's not going to save any changes you made to your question. Now here is the other thing you can do, which is kind of cool, is the mastery path. So you can set how you want them to proceed after they're done with the test based on their score. So right now, my test is only out of 1 point, but we could say, okay, I want them to have the entire question correct. So if they do that question, then I'm going to choose them to go ahead and move on to Daily Lives of Egyptian Notes, and I would hit add item. So when they're done with the test, if they got the question right, they're able to move on to the next thing. So here, I could say, okay, well, if they didn't get it right, then I'm going to have them go back and review their economies notes. So depending on how they do on their test, I can dictate what they see immediately after and what I want them to work on. So whether I want them to review or I'm allowing them to move on. And again, you're going to hit save when you're done. And that is how you create a quiz. And remember, you always want to hit publish or save and publish to make sure you're done. You can edit it multiple times. There's no issue once you've saved it, publish it. I've even made changes in the middle of the quiz when I've noticed a spelling mistake on my own. I hope this helped. Let me know if you need any help.